set up a similar to the Joe Rogan podcast studio in there, like setup wise. Do you think it would fit the space?
No.
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 What style do you think we should put in?
So like a table setting like Joe Rogan has is a really good setting. It's a very it's a very intimate thing because you're facing somebody. You're having a conversation. So it's like here you're kind of sitting across from somebody, but the camera's over there. It's like a third person.
Right.
But the reason why Joe Rogan's podcast is so successful, in my opinion, is not because of how he set it up, because he's changed it through the years.
Yeah, his first setup was the nicest setup he's had. That was the coolest setup. It used to be so trashy in there, but it was so cool.
Yeah. But his stuff's so successful because of the people he has on. They're like super interesting. Like they're really opinionated. They're into some crazy stuff. Like
do you guys think aliens are real?
No.
Oh.
No. Aliens? No. Okay, so let me elaborate, right? Aliens, as in like little green men or tall, like aliens with big eyes and stuff, intelligent life forms? No. I don't believe in it. Do I think life exists outside of Earth? Yes. I think microbial life, probably fish, whales, like big, things, and like octopus type stuff. Like I think that probably is real. I think eventually we'll find another planet with like grass, like another planet with trees. And it's like, what the heck? Like these trees are the same as ours. Like I think we're gonna find planets with tardigrades. I think we're gonna find planets with some sort of moss, right?
I'd definitely go there on vacation.
Yeah. I do not think that intelligent aliens, are existence anywhere close to us. Like nowhere.
I think it's out there.
Of course. I knew you were going to say that.
Mathematically, statistically speaking, it's impossible that we're alone.
That is true.
Well, no, okay, look.
But I don't think the aliens are. I don't think they're intelligent.
There's too much out there.
But if they were intelligent, they would have showed up at this point.
They could be too far away. Look, that's what it is.
But a human can go to the moon, but a super intelligent alien that has had the same amount of time alive, like as a generation or whatever, as we do, can't come to us.
Even if they exist, why would they come here?
Well, that's the thing.
You know what I mean?
Because depending on how far away they are,
mm-hmm.
and at what time period they're looking at our planet from, mm-hmm. they might not even know that we're here. They could still, if they're 65 million light years away, and they look back, they're looking at dinosaurs. If they're looking at Earth and they're 65 million light years away, mm-hmm. they're looking at dinosaurs on our planet because it's taken 65 million years for the light from our Earth to bounce and travel to them.
But they're not looking at dinosaurs.
If they were looking at 65 million light years away,
did you ever see a picture of a star? You know what I mean? Like, it's not like, whoa, there's some creatures on this place. Like, no, man, all these pictures are super blurry. Like,
most of the stars you see are already exploded.
Huh?
Most of the stars you see are already exploded.
Yeah.
The light is still traveling to us.
Dude, the chances of intelligent life, and again, it's like, well, the Fermi paradox, and it's like, life should be everywhere, right? Life is probably everywhere. Intelligent life like we have, like us, like human beings, like, what are we called? Homo sapiens, right? I don't think that exists anywhere else. I think
all the more reason to believe that our DNA was manipulated.
What?
All the more reason to believe that Anunnaki manipulated our DNA.
Gosh, dude.
There's nothing like us anywhere else. There's nothing like us on here on Earth.
So okay, so you're saying that you're in that...
The story goes... I'm not saying it's totally true or I totally believe it. I'm just saying this is a story that's been passed down since
literally
etched
no
fucking stone.
Nobody is passing down the story. Nobody's passing
it's etched in fucking stone.
That doesn't mean that it's true.
It doesn't mean it's true.
Yeah.
But somebody wrote it.
Yeah. Okay, go ahead and tell the story.
It's the story of
the Anunnaki created humans to be...
You know the story.
Yeah, I've heard of the story.
Yeah, you know the
story. Not from the Freemasons. From you. I heard the story from you.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so, man, they got us to harvest gold for them for their planet Nibiru or whatever it's called. Nibiru.
Loosely spoken.
Yeah,
That's
I
what
I was elaborating, you know. Or when
You don't even know what I'm saying. You don't even know.
I was exacerbating.
He's masturbating. You are
Yeah.
exaggerating.
Yeah, Planet 10 was there, and it's got a 3,500 year cycle. Dude, it's all BS.
Does anybody want to see a manual decedulation?
I want a full decedulation on my desk in the morning. Yeah, but it's like, no, it's I get the story, but it's just so far fetched, man.
It is far fetched.
It's far-fetched.
But it's written in stone. I'm
There's
saying
a
there.
lot of things.
I'm saying there could be something behind it. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, it's called a lie.
You don't know that for sure. Nobody knows anything. Here's the thing. At the end of the day, nobody knows anything.
See,
Nobody knows anything about the past.
but you know the cool
we
thing.
think we know.
You know the cool thing about phones and cameras and technology
Hmm.
is generations after us will never question what we were like as people.
That's true.
Yeah.
Well, unless something wipes out all of our electronics.
Because that would be insane.
Well, so it's like there is a what's that? There's like an ancient theory of like we're not the first intelligent civilization on Earth.
That's what
I
we
forget what it's talking. I forget what it is, but it's like they found like a layer of like radioactive
Right.
dirt.
Right.
It's like
it was
only
nuclear war.
nuclear war can cause this, but it's like nah, not really, man. Asteroids do it all the time. Like, yeah.
Some stuff, but they found other stuff that is legit.
like what? They found a finger.
No, they found stuff that like literally can only happen at those kind of temperatures, and then like they're only done by nukes and radiation and shit.
Right? Yeah, asteroids can't do that.
I'm not saying they can't.
They can.
I'm not saying they can't.
Yeah. Just saying.
I'm-
I never heard of a nuke wiping out the dinosaurs.
Maybe that's what happened.
Oh my god! It's not what happened to the dinosaurs.
You know exactly what happened to the dinosaurs.
I've read a couple books.
You've read the documents. You've poured through the numbers.
Somebody carved it in stone that the dinosaurs were wiped out by an asteroid the size of a state. Yeah. Bigger than a nuke.
Bigger than a nuke.
Imagine we get nuked.
Fuck it.
What?
Imagine we get nuked one day.
Oh, what's there to imagine?
I don't know. It's just
It only hurt for a second. It'd be real
It
fast.
wouldn't be our problem anymore.
Right, yeah.
Thank God.
If anything, you want that thing to land right on you.
Yeah.
That's,
supposedly it's better to be for it to land on you than to be X amount of miles away. And have
I
to
would never
suffer
want to
the
survive
repercussions
a
from it.
nuclear explosion.
No.
That does not sound.
Because it travels generations and generations, right?
Yeah, you don't want to suffer the fallout. You'd want to be
You want to be
right,
melted into
right,
yourself.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right in the middle of that thing.
Yeah. You want people to
Yeah.
find you later and go, "Oh, this might have been an asteroid."
Yeah.
Yeah. You want people to like
And then the
feel
guy's like,
feel your shadow. Yeah. You want to be the one that like left the shadow.
Yeah.
I want to be filled in from the butt like they did with Pompeii.
The book. Dude, some of the pictures of the people. It's so bad.
You know what that is, actually?
It's
those
yeah.
castings.
Yeah.
It's there wasn't any body left in there. There was just a gap in the ash, so they just filled it with plaster. The space was left. It's just a plaster.
yeah.
There's nothing left of these people.
There's like
It's just
there's like a dude playing with himself.
Yeah, look at the jacket off. Sorry.
It's like as soon as the volcano, they're like, everybody run, and he was like, I got a better idea.
He was too.
He's
Look
like,
up some of the pictures. Look at him up. It's terrible.
he says, I'm going out with a bang.
One guy like his butt up in the air.
Yeah,
It's terrible tragedy, but it's so funny.
yeah. It's like, it's like, what are you doing? He's like, everybody's gonna kiss my ass in the future.
Yeah. There's someone out rubbing it like, hey, look at this guy's butt.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, that's crazy, man. It's crazy that really happened. That volcano wiped out everybody.
Yep.
Yeah, it's wild. And then there's like what sucks is it's like on the island, like it wiped out everybody, but like 50 miles away, people are like, "What was that? What was that? Did you hear something?" Like, nah, it's probably nothing.
I mean, it serves them right, throwing their town at the bottom of a volcano,
Not the brightest place to establish a civilization.
No, but it lasted for a long time, though.
What did it though?
Yeah, Pompeii, yeah.
How long was that around?
It's still around today.
What? How long was the civilization around? The island exists.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know that answer. I'll have to get back to you.
You gotta pour through the documents.
Yeah, I gotta
check the stone tablets.
The tablets.
Yeah,
and the numbers.
exacerbate the tablets.
Yeah, right. I gotta extrapolate from all that missing.
Yeah. Process.
Yeah.
Make sure you process that.
Then process it, file it, and then I'll get back to you.
No,
Take about a week.
there will not be a link on this video.
Welcome back to the local documentary. Today we're talking about Pompeii.
Yeah.
Yeah. And dinosaurs.
Yeah.
And Anunnaki.
Yeah.
And Yahweh.
Freemasons.
And Freemasons.
Freemasons and
Good Lord of
Scientology.
Canada.
Don't forget Scientology.
By the way, I have a YouTube channel.
Oh, yes, he does.
Yes, go ahead and plug that now. It'll be a good time.
He's more famous than we are, so follow him.
Famous. Oh my gosh.
We're getting pretty close to being famous, me and Ben are.
Yeah, I believe it.
Yep, 102 subscribers.
That's awesome.
Oh yeah, this is a good time for me to remind you guys. Over half of you guys are not subscribed. What the heck's going on, guys? Do better.
Please subscribe. Turn
Yeah.
on notifications.
I've bragged you guys up so many times, and here you don't even subscribe.
We should
Get around to it.
we should remake the intro, and then the first thing you say, "Welcome back."
Mm-hmm.
By the way, we know you're not subscribed.
We should do that, or I could be lazy and just cut it, move it around.
So I tell you what, do you guys have like? I know there's like a music.
There
thing.
is that's up in the air at the moment.
I got a guy. I got a music guy.
Jose is a music guy.
Did he make your music?
Mhm.
I'm not taking that away from Jose. Yeah, he'll cut me. Not just my hair. Yeah, no, that's awesome. That's I didn't know he made the music for your channel.
That was all we were just playing around with.
Yeah.
Essentially, we were planning on having that beat would go well with like having Flicks Up podcast.
Okay.
Just playing with it, and obviously we haven't gotten that far.
Because I met I don't know if you saw my channel lately. Like I have a whole new intro and everything, and the music for that intro is like mine now. Like I had it custom made, but it's like I found a guy on Instagram. I think we just like liked the same video or something. I don't remember how we met, but like I think he liked one of my comments or responded to it, and I was like, "Oh, dude, this guy's funny." And the next thing you know, I saw he had like music in his name, and I clicked on it, and then I listened to some of his stuff, and I was like, "Hey, I was like, hey, do you make like, are you a composer?" Like, all right, well, I'm looking for this, man. And then within like a couple of weeks, he had a track to me, and we exchanged some money, and I mean, like the conversation was flowing, and he wasn't asking me like to pay.
Right.
So I was like, I gotta give this guy something. Like I can't just be like, "Hey, can you make this for free?" Like you know what I mean? I wasn't gonna do that, but I was like, "Hey, how much would it cost for a new intro?" And he did such a good job. Like that new intro is like my vibe, and it is, and it's even if the channel changes, even if the intro changes, I'm keeping that music forever. Like he did such a good job, man.
Do you think you'll get into other stuff like TikTok? Have you thought about TikTok?
No, I'm not doing TikTok.
A lot of people have gotten pretty big on TikTok. That Naomi.
Yeah, I think we need to go on TikTok. You need to do dances and stuff like that on there.
So the reason I want to do TikTok is purely like governmental.
Yeah, I
Like,
understand.
Yeah.
Because once you give TikTok access to your information, they like
They have access
on
to
your
everything.
phone, they have access to everything.
Same thing with Timu. I heard.
Dude, like all your passwords, they have access to your typing patterns. So even if they can't find out your password, somebody can look and see where you typed on your phone, put another phone in front of it and know your PIN.
But you don't think that's happening with stuff like Facebook and Instagram and stuff anymore?
I don't think.
I don't think Facebook is doing that.
I don't think it's as common. Like TikTok, it's literally like so TikTok. It's like part of their agreement. It's like you were agreeing to this. I think if it happens on Facebook and Instagram, it's probably like a hacker. But like TikTok, you're giving them access to your willingly, not something I'm interested in. I know a lot of people have told me like, oh, dude, you should make TikTok videos. Like, and my YouTube shorts are super successful. But the problem is, I don't want to give other entities access to all my information. I don't want that. I have too much. I got too many pictures of my kids. I got, like bank login information. I don't want to give them access to that stuff.
I have too many pictures of my camera roll that they shouldn't be at.
That's a weird way of saying that. But I get what you're saying.
It doesn't have anything weird in there. Me either.
Definitely open my phone and look at my gallery.
Yeah.
But like no, so I'm not doing TikTok. I have started doing collaborations with other people. So I started doing that. Actually, shout out to the Wingman Garage in Wadsworth. We made some videos together. Aaron at Wingman, Aaron and Kevin. Those guys are absolutely awesome. If you're ever in Wadsworth, Ohio, Wingman Garage, go look at my video. It's a DIY auto repair place.
It's a really neat idea. It's a really good idea. If you got something wrong with your car and you don't have a spot to work on, like a garage or something, and you don't want to do it in your driveway, you can rent out a bay basically, and they have tools and they have guys there who are very knowledgeable and they can help you fix about anything you want to do, or if you got upgrades or something you want to do to your car. Wingman Garage in Wadsworth. Ohio.
Yeah, it is a DIY garage. So like you're doing it yourself, but they are your wingman.
Right.
So
they
it's
help
like
you out.
Yeah, it's like, hey, I gotta do a belt tensioner, which is always a pain when you're by yourself because one person's gotta hold the belt tensioner, the other I just made a video about that.
That's a really good idea. I wonder if we wouldn't go down here.
I wonder if we need to start one.
So I would not start one down here. I would just go to Wadsworth to Wingman Garage.
That's true.
Go to Wingman Garage. Yep.
He's
he's better at it than we would ever be.
For sure.
I'm telling you, like that. I found him like on an accident, and one of my Freemason buddies was trying to put a lift kit on his car, and he drove his Jeep into my garage. And what I found out is that his Jeep, if we would have done it in my garage, it would have been too tall, and I wouldn't be able to get his Jeep out. So, like, mathematically, the math was math in that.
The math was math.
Yeah. And so I called him back. I was like, dude, but I can't do this in my garage. I was just going to have him drop it off and do the lift kit for him and make a video and all this stuff. And so I started looking up garages, like, close to my house. And Wingman Garage pulled up. And I was like, I heard about a DIY auto repair place, but I had never found it before. And there it was. And so I sent him over the link. I went over, I met Aaron, and they are like the nicest people. And they're so helpful. I've been over there a handful of times. I've gotten multiple people to go over there. Like he's just, it's a small business. It's like a family-owned business. So yeah, if you're in Wadsworth, like this is not a paid sponsorship. I just really like using Wingman. Actually, I need to go to Wingman because I got to rotate my tires.
Okay.
So it's very affordable, especially compared to
It's only
like a mechanic taking it to a shop.
I feel like mechanics just get more and more. I know you're a mechanic, so mechanics just get more and more expensive.
It's not the mechanics; it's the parts.
Okay.
Yeah, so parts are getting crazy.
Yeah, it's expensive to even fix your own vehicle by yourself.
I think I'm switching back to horse and buggy at this point.
Yeah. Well, I heard those are pretty expensive too. Horses are expensive.
Not nearly as expensive as my Tundra.
What could you get a brand new horse and buggy for right now? Top of the line
Yeah.
with the
Well,
flashers,
you know, if
23, 25 grand.
20,000 you could have.
20,000 dollars
you
for
could
a
have a
buggy?
top of the line horse and buggy.
Horse and buggy.
Yep. For
Horse
20,000.
and buggy, like with a horse too.
Yeah.
Okay. Because I would want to pay for it without the horsepower. That was so stupid. Oh my god, that was stupid.
That was funny.
That was so bad.
That was so bad.
That was so bad.
That was so bad.
Oh my
But if, you know,
Nobody laughed at that joke.
I did actually. But if you were to compare it to my Tundra, I mean, for like $8,000, you could have a horse and buggy that compares to my Toyota Tundra.
What is that? What are you talking about? What do you mean?
Like
8,000?
2007 Toyota Tundra.
Okay.
So, like, if you were to compare it, lifestyle for lifestyle, you could have like a horse and buggy that is like equal flashy as my current Toyota Tundra is.
I will disagree.
Because I was complaining about how expensive my Toyota Tundra is.
They make some pretty cool buggies.
Yeah.
Do they still make them by hand mostly?
So Swartz, I believe most of them do. Yeah. Swartz and Trooper Amish only make them by hand.
Gotcha.
That's crazy.
You could build them. Like if you were to actually look at a Swartz and Trooper Amish buggy, you could build it by the following day.
Really?
It's that simple.
Really?
Oh yeah, it's that simple.
But so what makes it so expensive?
Those are not the expensive ones.
Oh.
The expensive ones are the ones with all the flashers, the heaters. Some of them now don't have radios in them. Like seat warmers. They have a full dash that's completely wired up for all their lights, for all their controls.
Okay. So it really is like a car.
Yes. Yeah.
Like a not worldly car.
Some of
So-
those leather.
So they're like
non-worldly buggy.
Yeah.
It's like a 1920s car without the engine.
Yes.
Yeah.
Basically.
The interior.
Model T.
The interior is a little nicer than probably any vehicles that all three of us drive.
Wow.
Did you grow up riding in buggies?
Yes.
You did.
I grew up Swartz and Trooper Amish. The strictest Amish you could grow up at.
Wasn't that Eli?
Yeah.
Did the same thing?
Yeah.
He talks about that all the time. So what was it like? When did you like?
When I was 12, I decided I don't want to be Amish.
Was that what do they call it? Do they call it Romspringen?
No, so I left.
You left before that.
I left before I even started Rumspringa.
What? How do you say it?
Rumspringa.
Romspringen. Romspringen.
Yeah.
I've been saying Romspringen.
Yeah, that's how it's spelled out, but it's actually Rumspringa.
So Romspringen. But you were 12. Like, how did you even?
So I didn't leave at 12. That's when I decided I wanted to leave. So after 14, well, I got my hand on the table saw at 13, got addicted to painkillers at 14 following my surgery. So I was doing drugs. So therefore, I wasn't really spending a lot of time. I think after I was 14, I went to like 4 Amish church services until I left.
Oh wow.
So over the course of the next 3 years, I went to church 4 times. You just disassociate yourself with them at that point.
You still talk to your family and
Every
stuff?
week. Every week I go out, I talk to my mom and my dad.
It's not on the bone.
I'm not in the bone.
In the bone.
Yep.
I just learned that.
In the
It's
bowl?
not in the bone.
Bone.
The bone.
Bond?
Bone.
Fan.
What does that mean?
I'm not shown.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
That's nice.
Very nice.
Because if people leave, don't sometimes they get
If
shot?
they were members of the church, they would get bone. If they were not members of the church, they could get what they call shunned, which means you're still allowed to eat with them, but the family has decided that you can't. Similar to being disowned. If one of your kids goes out and does something that you disagree with and you decide to disown him, like you could still, it's not like your church is saying you can't do it. When you're born, the church is telling you you can't eat with them, you can't see them,
pretty
stuff
true.
like that. So shunned and bond are 2 different things.
But it's kind of like what English people do too, to like an outcast
Yes.
in our circle or something. You know?
Yeah.
Like when we were kids and you would go, you guys would have, everybody would have their tray. You had that one guy in your group where it's like, oh, you got to sit over there. We don't want you over here today or whatever. You know what I mean? It's essentially the same thing.
I wouldn't know.
Oh, wow.
I never did that to anyone. You did it to you. Maybe you did.
Maybe you're the one.
But honestly, the easiest way to explain shun is It's when we don't pick up the phone for that one buddy.
No,
Yeah.
Bond is
That would
when
be
we
hard.
don't speak to him anymore. We don't go out with him at all. That is the easiest way to
So-
make that difference.
I saw a video of Eli's where he said he's allowed to go visit his family, but he's got to change.
Yes, his mom once a year he has to wear sports uniform clothes.
Yeah.
Go out to see her.
Do you have to do that
Nope.
too? Oh, that's cool.
Nope, I go out exactly like I am.
Yeah.
So if I find out that mom and dad have church, I stop and grab. Have you ever had like the church pies that they make? The little
fried pies.
it's kind of like a fry pie, but it has some like apple type of sauce on the inside.
It's like an apple fry.
Apple fritter type.
It's
deal.
even better than that. It's like a
I know I've had them.
half moon pies.
Oh yeah. They sell those in Berlin.
Yeah, these are better than the half moon pies at
They
first.
sell those at what's that? The one in Nashville, the pizza place. Is
Oh,
that still there?
Nashville. They've
What was it?
redone it.
What was it called?
Buckeye Deli.
The Buckeye Deli, dude.
Still there.
Oh my god.
It's still there, but it's completely
It's
changed. I think
different.
they're
New
tonight.
New owners.
Yeah.
They changed the Buckeye Deli?
Well, it's new owners. I don't know how. They did some work on the outside. I know Adam
Yeah.
did some work on the outside.
And
They've
they
upgraded it.
They don't have sandwiches in there anymore. You have to order your sandwiches.
haven't
No, I was in there just
Oh,
tonight.
were you?
They didn't really have any pizza sitting out.
That was always the thing.
Shut
Yeah.
up.
There was like one pizza, like you
Okay,
could see
so
where they
there
just
was
made.
pizza.
Yeah, but there's just one. There used to be like 5 different kinds.
That
you could
was
choose
like
from.
the thing, yeah.
That's the thing. Yeah.
But it seems like they've changed more into a deli and an eat-in place.
Yeah.
A lot of people sitting there eating in. I'm
That's
sure for business, I'm sure it's very.
That's
very
kind of
good.
where
It
it
was-
was. Kind of what it was like when
It was a
Wow.
quick stop, man. It was like a gas station with no gas.
Mhm.
It probably was a gas station at one point.
Probably was.
Probably.
It's set up to be a gas
Yeah.
station.
Could have been.
Yeah, you go in there and you get literally whatever you want. Like,
They used to have the best homemade sandwiches. Anyway.
dude, yeah.
That Trail
Good
Deli up
pizza,
here
too.
is what looks really good.
Trail Deli is
Right.
good.
Yeah. It's right here.
And got one for me the other day.
I remember. It looked good.
It was amazing.
What do you guys think, like, the best, like, homegrown, home-owned, Holmes County business, food-wise? What do you think the best? I'm not talking about, like commercial place. I'm talking like,
Like
hey,
home.
this is owned by a person that lives here, works here,
Mhm.
their family's here.
That's tough. Because we're talking steaks. It's the Wagyu steaks off of just outside of Millersburg here, just past the car dealership
Yeah.
on the right hand side. Best steaks you'll ever have in your life. Most expensive ones you've ever had in your life.
What's that place called?
It's just beside the road farm place.
I don't know.
And they have license to sell Wagyu steaks, and they grill them. On Saturday, they'll grill them for you.
Yeah. That's pretty cool.
Was it good?
I want to be rich. I want to be rich just so I can eat Wagyu.
I'm trying to talk my kids into not wanting to be rich.
I'm sorry, but
My son's
After-
like,
after Wagyu,
yeah.
it's the only way to go.
I drove a Tesla for the first time, like in my whole life, last week when I was in Florida, and I take Noah, and so he always says like, "Oh, Dad, your car sucks. I'd rather you need to buy a Tesla." And we get in a Tesla, and he was like, "This car sucks. You need to buy a Porsche." I was like, "It's a rental, first of all, and this thing is awesome."
You should run the Porsche, Dad.
Yeah, should have rented a Porsche.
Oh, popular YouTuber over here.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah. That's
When's the Lambo coming?
I
The
thought about
one that you're just going to destroy for videos. The
Yeah.
one you're going to keep and drive. When's that one show up?
right. Yeah, never. Yeah, I will never. I have no interest in owning one. I ever like.
I don't either.
I don't care about those cool cars. I write. Who's that guy that destroys them all?
Whistling Diesel.
That's the guy. I think that his videos are hilarious because they troll people. I would love to get a Ferrari, like a nice Ferrari, and do that
Mhm.
just to like troll the hell out of Ferrari people. Because I have no like, it doesn't mean anything to me, right? Like it's
There's only,
I didn't grow up like that. Like
I think there's only one car that I would be like, say would be like a dream car.
what?
and it'd be a Rolls Royce of some kind.
Mhm.
I like the idea that they're still handmade, and every part on them is meticulously designed, and I think there's something pretty about that.
Right. McLaren's the same way.
Yeah, it's not so much of the status of the car, but more of the craftsmanship in it. Being a craftsman
You know-
myself.
But like, so you don't feel bad at all? Like, I feel bad for some of those, like, because I've worked on cars, and so I understand how painful it can be to get something to work correctly.
Mhm.
And so when I see those cars, all I see is problems, and not just problems, but who's gonna fix these?
Mhm.
Oh wait, I have to send them back to Bentley. Like,
Well, I mean,
You know what I
here's
mean?
the deal though. If I could afford one of those, I wouldn't care.
Yeah.
I could afford to get it fixed. If I could afford one of those cars, I would make sure that I could afford the maintenance and stuff. I think that's where a lot of people fail. Is they hurry up and they jump into these huge luxury cars, but then it's like thousands of dollars for an oil change. Like,
A Lambo's like 15,000 for
Yeah.
an oil change.
like
for an oil change,
yeah. So of course, like,
crazy.
who if somebody says if you can't buy it 3 times, you can't afford it.
I think it's
You know
Dave
what I'm
Ramsey.
saying? So like, I kind of believe
Dave
that.
Ramsey said that about a car.
Yeah.
With cars, I agree because it's not
It's a depreciating asset you buy. You should be able to afford it 3 times over.
because you're just buying it to have it. You're not buying it to invest. You're not buying it to make money. You're just buying it to have it. And so, when it comes to a Rolls Royce, I don't know. I imagine they're what $1 million now
It
for a
depends.
or some shit. So if you only had $1 million and you're like, okay, I'm going to buy this Rolls Royce because I got $1 million, and you make the payments on that. If you're not making any money, to supplement that,
Dude, you're probably, if you're buying a Rolls Royce, I don't think you're making payments. You're probably just buying.
if it was me and I had it like that, that's how I would do it.
But you know what's funny though is I spoke to 2 different luxurious car dealerships, and they said the most common buyer is a business owner that has an LLC in Montana that buys the car on payments.
Yeah.
For a tax write-off.
Or I would do something like that.
Wow.
If I was to do something like that, I would go with something like a Land Rover or something
Yeah, well,
like a.
Land Rover,
Range Rover.
Rolls Royce, and Bentleys are all over 6,000 pounds, so
Yeah.
you can write them all.
What?
Yeah, as an LLC 1099 employee, you can write off any vehicle that weighs over 6,000 pounds.
And that you use for your business.
Mm,
That you use for your business.
yeah, that you use for your business. I use everything for my business.
Me too.
Yes. Me three. Yes.
We do not
We-
cheat Uncle Sam.
That's right. That's right. We don't want to make grandma mad.
That's
Uncle
right.
Sam gets taken care of.
But so I
But yeah, but in a case like that is when I would
Yeah.
do that. But
Yeah.
as far as like, oh man, I gotta have this car. I want this car. There's not a car out there that it's like I'm just gotta have. Like it doesn't work. How's the gas mileage? What the payment's gonna be? Because you can do that on the LLC if you can make the payments.
Right.
You know what I mean? If you're LLC, you still gotta make the payments.
I definitely do a Lambo.
Yeah.
Lambo or Range Rover. But I wouldn't buy it on payments. I'd have to pay. You can't buy that on payments. At least I couldn't get myself to do
The
it.
thing
It
is,
would have
it's
to be
like
cash.
because a lot of people that buy those, they resell them, don't they?
Yep.
They drive them for a little bit and they resell them. So
Or repossession is huge.
yeah, they get repossessed a lot.
Whereas if you buy a Lambo and you keep it in perfect condition and you don't drive it a lot, it actually won't lose that much of its value.
With the right car. If you have a special car,
Like
that's
a
what I'm
perfect
noticing.
Montana.
Yeah, like I was told noticing is like a lot of cars, if you take them and you upgrade them, like we usually think, oh man, I put rims and speakers on. Well, that actually might devalue it
Yep.
for most buyers because they don't want that. They want to put on what they want. Just like my buddy, he does a lot of custom truck work, and he's got trucks that could be worth, $30,000-$40,000, but only to the right buyer.
Right.
That's the thing.
In reality, that might be worth 10 if he actually puts it in an open
Yeah,
market.
if it's an open market or like a blue book or like you take it to the dealership, they're going to turn around and say, you ruined this truck.
Yeah.
But for some 20-year-old in Tennessee, it's just fucking dream truck. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So the cars and trucks and stuff like that, it's a funny market in my opinion.
Toyota's the number one. Toyota doesn't depreciates less than any other vehicle.
We're trying to, so this spring and this summer, some of the big projects that we're bringing to the channel. We're doing some custom work. We have there's 2 vehicle projects that we want to actually do. Um, the one we're finishing up the Dodge Ram in the spring,
Nice.
right? So that's we're getting new wheels put on.
You've got videos kind of documenting that
Yeah,
project. So
Check out
yeah, it's a whole playlist.
yeah.
Basically, we took this truck from not running at all, been sitting in a field for 3 years. We got it running and driving and all this stuff, and that
New lights on, and you did a new wooden bed. You took
Yeah.
the bed off, put a new wood bed on.
Yeah.
It looked really cool.
yeah. So we're like we put mud flaps on, like we like completely changed this truck. There's once the weather starts getting better, we got a lot of body work to do. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do that because I kind of suck at
I
that
was
kind
gonna
of stuff.
say, you're gonna start
So-
getting into body work now.
Probably not, but you never know.
Yeah, that's a whole new section.
It's a
of
whole
work.
thing.
Yeah.
But like once we get the garage put up, it's going to allow us to expand and do more projects and get more things going. We're going to take a Jeep Wrangler, like an old, like an early 2000s or even 90s Jeep Wrangler, and we're going to do kind of what we did to the pickup truck. So we're going to buy something that's kind of broken and falling apart, and we're going to strip it all the way down and build it all the way back up
That's funny.
into something nice. And then we're either going to auction it off or probably not going to do a giveaway with the Jeep,
Right,
you know.
yeah, yeah.
But like we're probably going to auction that off. But the other project, I'm actually looking forward to is we want to take a Chevy Spark,
Okay.
the electric car,
Mhm.
the EV, and strip it completely down and turn it into like kind of like a drag racer.
Okay.
So yeah, it's one of my buddies sent me a video of this guy doing a review on a Chevy Spark, and turns out one of the years that Chevy made the Chevy Spark, they like their computer program was all messed up, and they gave it more torque than a Subaru WRX.
Oh, nice.
So it's like 0 to 60 is like 3.5 seconds. Like it's just it's stupid quick, but it's not very fast. I'm thinking about like just turning that into like kind of a funny car.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
And then there's one more secret project that I want to start by next winter.
Okay.
Okay.
But so
Okay, cool.
not gonna spoil anything
Keep
yet.
tuned.
But yeah. But the 3 big projects coming up are the garage build, and then the Jeep Wrangler and the Chevy Spark EV. So
Awesome.
those would be the next 3 big projects.
Awesome. So you got content videos coming up then down the pipe.
Yeah. The next 2 years are gonna be busy. Or the next year, it's probably by the time we it'll be a year before we start the secret project. But that's
Awesome.
this next year there's gonna be a ton of new content coming out. We're looking to get like better videos put out. So that's something that I'm personally having an issue with, is that I'm recording all this stuff on a small camera or on my phone. I'm holding it. I'm trying to fix stuff. I'm dropping things, and it's like it's just getting
You
annoying.
need a tripod.
I got a tripod, but I have a
You need a gimbal.
I have a gimbal, but it's like
You need a videographer. as you said.
yeah. So it's really hard. I need a lift because it's really hard
Mhm.
to lay underneath a car and have a camera pointed like inches away from a bolt.
Yeah.
And you're like, yeah, it's this one right here. It's like it's kind of hard to see. It's not really entertaining.
But that's where the magic of those videos comes in,
Yeah.
because
So
it is hard to see that bolt, but people need to see that
Mhm.
bolt.
right, yeah. And I show that stuff, but it's like once I get a lift and better lights and more professional
Yeah.
setting, I think the channel is going to grow even more.
Absolutely.
I do want to thank everybody who has stuck with me the whole time.
Yeah.
It's been an incredible journey, but I see the same people leaving the same comments, and it just means a lot to me because like some of these people are complete strangers, never met them before, but they are some of the best, like the best, friends, internet friends, and the most supportive people I've never met.
Yeah.
And it's like some of these people have supported your stuff,
Yeah.
like Mystic Line.
Mystic Line, I was
Like,
going to say.
He's like he has liked almost all my stuff.
Yeah, he sent me a
And-
message the other day, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, just out of nowhere, just telling me, hey, man, just thinking about you and your brother. Thinking about you guys all the time. You guys are great. And thank you, Mystic, if you're watching
Yeah,
this.
Mystic. Shout out to Mystic Line on Instagram.
Instagram. He's a mobile mechanic as
Yeah.
well, but he's got a van and he is like legit. He's all set up. He's doing
Yeah.
all kinds of stuff to cars all the time.
Yeah.
I mean, he's just blowing up. He's gotten some shirts. He's about due for another order.
That's right.
But, but
Yeah,
no, he's awesome, man. I mean, he's going to be on the show. We just got to line it up. He wants to be on the show.
Oh, that's so
yeah,
cool.
so we'll do a remote one with my guest, Mystic Lion.
Yeah.
He's a really cool dude too. I'd like to hear his story. He's
Got a good story. Yeah.
Jamaican, so I don't know. We'll find out what he's all about.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he's a great. I mean, it's just wild, to have supporters off the internet that you don't know. It's great.
Yeah.
I've got some good friends that I've met online playing video games in 2008, and still talk to them to this day.
Yeah.
And that's one of the guys who we started the Boston Harbor Tea Company. He's one of those guys, a veteran for that. So it's pretty awesome.
Yeah. Yeah. It's amazing when like you meet people on the internet, and it's like that. Like why it sometimes it makes you go like what about me makes you go out of your way to leave such a kind comment?
Right. Yeah.
Like it's just, I don't know. It keeps you motivated.
Right.
Like man, I appreciate you for doing that.
For sure. So,
So-
make sure to like our videos, comment on them.
Yeah.
We really appreciate it. Even if it's
Yeah.
some kind of criticism you got, we'll listen to it. We'll
Oh yeah.
if we agree, we'll agree. If we don't, we'll let you know. I mean, it's just that simple, But yeah, keep following us, keep checking us out, So where's the best place people can find you then?
Oh yeah. So on YouTube, it's the Good Morning. I'm the Good Morning Mechanic. So Good Morning Mechanic on YouTube. On Instagram, I'm Good Morning Mechanic. On Facebook, it's just Dan Bamford. But most of my long form videos, I put them on YouTube. I don't put the long form videos, like my longer videos, on Instagram anymore. So YouTube and Instagram are my number one, number two. And if you want to add me on Facebook, that's cool too.
If they want to get a hold of you for any reason, for content, for T-shirts, I know you have T-shirts for sale.
Yeah.
Where's the best way to get a hold of you?
DM me on Instagram. That's the fastest way to get a hold of me. You send me a DM. My if you want one of my T-shirts, the Good Morning Mechanic T-shirts, the link is in my link tree. But I think I have a direct link off of my Instagram, my Shopify. So I still have a handful of shirts left. Basically for the rest of these shirts, I send a personalized letter. So when you order them, leave a note, let me know your name and stuff, and I'll write you a nice little letter from the Good Morning Mechanic. But yeah, check out my videos and let me know what you guys think. Let me know the kind of how bad I suck. A lot of people like to do that on the internet, so I very much appreciate it. So, yeah.
And we're coming out with some new merch.
Yeah, we'll come out with some new shirts, with some new local shirts. So we'll make some prototypes and have something to show. Also, he's wearing one of my. This is the Flagstaff Blue Dog Clothing Company. There's a different logo for the local. Here's another Blue Dog Clothing Company. All these are available.
Look at it, cool. You know what? That dog has a 6-pack and I don't.
Yeah, I mean,
Like it's not fair.
How does a dog have a 6-pack?
I'm gonna do some
These are
steroids.
that's
Very, very cool.
very cool. And everything's available. You just got to ask and put it in order.
Yep.
Boston Harbor Tea Company on Insta, Blue Dog Clothing Company on Insta,
Mhm.
the local podcast, Insta, YouTube, Facebook.
If you want the local shirts, message Ben at the Blue Dog Clothing Company. Because you will have a lot faster service with him than what you will with me. So I thank you guys for watching, viewing, and subscribing. We do appreciate you guys, and we'll see ya. Kaboom.
Should we do?
You want to redo the intro?
Yeah, we